Happy New Year!
Is that salted?
Yep. So salty, I need some tea. All right. No. Here. Have a seat. Have a seat. Just leave you out. Hi everybody. Welcome back to Tea with Phil and Jen.
And we're shooting our very first video of 2018 on New Year's Day.
Oh yeah. Yes, we're doing that to stay out of the freezing cold outside. So we are excited to share with you some of our best tea moments of 2017 in this video.
Yep, and talk about a little bit about our plan upcoming in 2018.
Yes.
We have some exciting news for you.
That's right. We haven't been on YouTube in a while because we've been busy planning Tea Trip 2018.
Exactly.
It's going to be awesome. So let's get the tea brewing and let's get this video started.
Let's do it.
All right, so the water is boiled and we are ready to talk to you about our highlight tea moments from 2017.
So when we started to plan about this video, our original thought was to do something like your favorite tea from each category in 2017, and it turned out it didn't work quite like that. Both of us cheated a little bit. I totally just forget about the whole thing and pick my own standard and numbers of teas, and I think so basically I don't know what Phil picked for his favorite teas. I don't know. He doesn't know what I picked for my favorite teas.
That's
so
right. We're gonna find out. So, right. So, for my, I pretty much stuck with the rule. So the rule was kind of pick one favorite from each category. I did all categories except yellow tea because we didn't really have a new yellow tea in 2017. So I felt like can't really pick one. And I didn't even taste any new yellow teas from 2017. So I'll start with my my favorite green tea. Was a really interesting experience. It was just some Fo Long Jing, literally in a travel mug. So nothing really fancy or high end about that. But the way that it brewed up was just that wonderful green tea flavor, really full, thick mouthfeel. I just remember that travel mug. Every sip out of that travel mug right to the bottom was amazing. So Fo Long Jing took it because of that tea experience.
And I also have one green tea on my list. So basically I picked my top 3 favorite tea of the year. By favorite I mean basically the most frequent drink tea for me, and if I don't know what I want to drink, that's the tea I would go for. So the only one green tea on my list is Huangshan Mao Feng, which I haven't had for years, and I just totally forgot about this tea. I wasn't so I don't know, I didn't have much desire for this tea, but when we got this year, when I drank that, I was like, whoa, that is really I would drink that tea every day, and I did quite often in the mornings when I'm just too lazy to do gongfu brewings and I want some tea, and that was perfect. I really love that the sweet corn and the refreshing elements of that. I just put some, I don't know how much it is, depends on how long I want to drink that, maybe the whole morning or maybe just for an hour or something, and in a glass like a tumbler or a cup or just a travel mug, and with some hot waters, and just to keep drinking that. It's really a fast, delicious, and that kind of sweet is something I like in the morning.
Yeah, an easy brew, right?
Exactly.
So that brings me to my my next favorite was also an easy brewer. It's a white tea, which is just generally very easy to brew, hard to overdo. But this one was an interesting experience overall. First, the tea was amazing. Second, it was the environment. We were at the Tea Lounge in London, Ontario, and I was actually doing a presentation. And when I sipped the Shou white tea, my mind was blown. I actually I stopped and I kind of had a little pause in the presentation just to kind of take in the whole moment, because it was just really thick, rich mouthfeel. 3-year-old, I think, 3 or 4-year-old Shou. Anyway, the experience was out of this world. Really good. I definitely remember that. That one sticks in my mind.
Yeah.
And then After that is probably another one related to the Shou because of the time of the year that it happened was right after we did that presentation in London. We went off to the RBG Tea Festival in Hamilton or Burlington, depending on how you measure the border. And there I got a chance to try Linda Gaylard's, I think it was an afternoon blend, but it might have been a breakfast blend. Anyway, she blended up a fantastic and brewed up a fantastic black tea. She was right across the aisle from us, or just a little, pretty much right across the aisle. And I'm so glad I got a chance to try her tea. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. I'm not good with blended tea. So when I first tried it, I was like, oh, what is this? I know it's a blend, but I cannot say what are the stuff there. Yeah. It has elements of cumin, but I don't know if it's just a blend that caused this flavor or that really some
It just really worked in the mouth, didn't it?
Yeah, really lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's my other tea? I got a note underneath, I gotta check. Okay, yes. Most drink tea. And that is the tea I drink.
Oh, big surprise.
Nobody would ever guess that. It's Guan Yin Classic. So that's my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
Literally all-time favorite. Almost every day I drink that. I love it. So it has the toastiness, not overpowering, not like those like a burnt flavor or anything. Toastiness, comfy toastiness.
Yeah, really comfy.
And it has the floral scent I love, but not like pungent, not all over my face.
That's right, yeah.
And it's a little bit sweeter with that creamy to bind everything together. It's just so good. It's not that kind of like super sweet kind of tea. It has a little bit dry elements on the palate, so it's really refreshing, cleaning. It goes well with any tea dessert, and it stands alone perfectly. It's just it's my favorite perfect brew kind of thing.
Yeah, we had plenty of snacks with that tea over the course of 2017. So that brings me to my favorite oolong of 2017. So this is a really hard one. Favorite oolong for me is always tricky. There's so much to choose from. So basically this is where I diverge from the rules. And I didn't pick one. But I had some top oolongs of 2017. Bai Ya Qi Lan really hit me this year. I finally got it. I think I had a similar experience to you when you were in your sort of early tea years, right? I was really not sure about the difference between Bai Ya Qi Lan, and I would mix it up with Guan Yin a lot.
Because they look similar and their taste notes are somehow similar.
Yeah, but this year I was able to a couple times just take a sip and go, oh, this is Bai Ya Qi Lan, and boom, I got it. And it has a bit more of a butteriness, like a fresh croissant than I find Guan Yin does. And for me, I really love that flavor note, and it made it into one of my top oolongs, as did.
So many teas you cannot remember.
That's right, I cannot remember. I do have a note, so I'm going to look at it quickly. Quickly look at my note.
I only got 3 teas.
Right, I picked too many. Oh yeah, from almost, that's why, because it's almost all the way to last year when your mom was here. We actually did a video. We did the 4 Bai Hao tasting, and one of those Bai Haos, the top Bai Hao, the one we had mixed them up, I think, if you check the video. We mixed up which was which, but the real top one was one of my favorite teas of 2017. It was my year for Bai Hao too. I kind of figured that out, and really enjoy it, and one of my favorite teas of 2017 for sure.
So my third favorite tea.
Your third go-to tea.
Go-to tea, that's right, is a Shu Pu'er that we drink almost every day before sleep. Kind of settle the tummy, and it's just I love the mouthfeel, the thick mouthfeel that I always love. It's a Shu Pu'er from 2006, and it goes so well with some good mineral water, like spring waters. Is spring water mineral water?
I don't know. Let's say it has minerals, so let's say yes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Correct me if we're wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just so soothing, and I use that a lot as a digestive tool because I eat a lot and I love meat. When I eat too much of meat, like ribs or anything,
Or
like
greasy meals.
yes, you know, just my brain didn't catch up with my stomach, so I overeat. Then I got something to help me digest, and that's the tea I go to. After just I brew that in my teapot, or I brew that in actually a camping cup that I love.
A tin mug.
Yeah. And just drink a cup of that, and then my tummy is all good, and I feel like not so guilty to go to sleep with my full tummy.
Yeah, I love that one too because I can actually have it before bed. Doesn't keep me up, that one at all. But that brings me to, I guess, my last tea. I think was I think this is it. My dark tea favorite this year was one of our newcomers. It was a Hunan dark tea, Tian Jian, and really interesting dark tea flavor. So really new. Of course, love Pu'er, familiar with Liu Bao Cha. But this dark tea really, at first I was a little bit confused, like, it's really, again, it was a bit of a lighter flavor, and I didn't get it until the mouthfeel started to hit me, and the more subtle notes of the flavor started to hit me, and it started to really grow on me. So just like sometimes you listen to a good recording or a recording from your favorite artist and you're a little bit uncertain at first. That tea was like that for me. I was uncertain. What do I make of this? And then after a few more tries, I was like, oh, I know what to make of this. This is awesome. So favorite dark tea of 2017. And Tian Jian. Really enjoyed it. And I'll continue enjoying it. And it's one that I think I can drink a little bit before bed. I'm still experimenting with that. I haven't figured out if that's keeping me up or not. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I haven't tried that.
No, not too much.
There you go. Nice. So we are also going to talk about the best tea of 2017 we've ever had.
The best tea. I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah. So mine was just pop right out. Pop right out.
Yep.
Basically, I don't have any problem picking this tea. That was the tea that that we had at one of our seminars, Pu'er seminar in Toronto, because that tea was not the first time I had it. Years ago, when I was in school and when I was not doing anything related to tea, it's just we have supper, we have some Shu Pu'er to help with digestion, and that's the tea I go to. And my mom always say how good this tea is and how precious this is, and I was like, okay, it tastes not bad, I loved it, and that's it. I didn't feel much, and this time when I tasted, now I get it, what's going on there, and the mouthfeel, the thickness, the luscious of the liquor, and the whole experience. And you look at the leaves, it's actually Shu Pu'er from the 90s. A big leaf Shu Pu'er from 90s. It's really good quality and really consistent for infusions. It gets that aged woodiness there. It's not too much. It's still going better and better. It's just I think more than just a really high, like really supreme level tea. It also kind of give me a chance to look back on how far the whole tasting journey for me.
Right.
Like I have been there tasting those things and I was like, pretty good. But now I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I just drink something like that every day and I didn't appreciate it that much. Like, you know, I think just like a tasting, it's always evolving. You're learning more things, you're experiencing, and a lot of times even just paying attention to what you are tasting.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, so for me, I'm a little bit nervous about my top tea from 2017 because I really don't know if I can come up with one. Right? It's so tricky, and that's where I kind of went off the rules. So I stuck to the categories pretty good, but when it came to top tea of 2017, I'm probably going to wash out here. But I have a few contenders. That Bai Hao from last year that we had with your mom was really good. The Ma Tao Yan, Da Hong Pao, mind blowing. Rogui, sorry, yeah. That was really good. And
too many teas. You're picking too many teas.
Right? Too many teas. It's supposed to be a top tea, so I'm just going to not do it. But I really know what you mean with your, like, how you were reflecting on how you used to have the tea every day and you didn't really get it, and now you get it. Like for me, 2017 was a big year for tasting and kind of tuning into tasting and just learning to taste. One of the things you said in one of the seminars finally stuck with me, which was just a really mechanical thing on how to taste. You know, sip and aerate the tea, let it sit on your tongue, and breathe in and out through your nose over the liquor while it's in your mouth. And I was able to actually get those aromas now, those sort of secondary aromas, and that has really helped for me to be able to pick out those lighter white teas, the lighter green teas. The really high-end Chinese green tea are sometimes considered really light to like Western tea drinkers or people who really love bold, booming teas.
Yeah. It was really tricky to even write the descriptions.
Really tricky to describe and to discern tasting notes, right? And I got into mouthfeel more, which is again one of the characteristics of those teas is typically the tasting notes are subtle, more integrated, harder to pick out, but they're definitely there, and I'm able to get them now, and I'm getting mouthfeel, starting to understand what the thickness of the liquor means and how roundness and how full the flavor can be when you're tasting those good teas. So that was a really exciting breakthrough for 2017. I'm looking forward to our trip where I can put all of those skills to the test in the field.
Yes.
So.
But hold on, I have one thing I want to throw in. I just because you mentioned so many teas, I want to mention one tea that is just super interesting for me. It's not the best tea of the year. It's not the worst tea of the year, but it's close.
Honorable mention.
Yes, it's a tea that we tasted at one of the gatherings, like with a bunch of tea friends, and everybody put all the samples, and that was a sample from Laos or...
Oh, the 400-year-old Laos tea.
No, not 400 years old.
Oh.
We don't know too much. It's just a green tea from that era, Laos or Nepal. I don't think it was Nepal, but I don't know why I feel like that was Laos. Okay. What's the country next to it?
Southeast Asia? Burma, maybe?
No. Anyway, if I remember, I will put that somewhere on the screen to let you know. And it was just a green tea that was so awful when you drink it. Like purely awful. But I stick to it because it's awful, not because of the tea plants. It was because the green tea process was so bad. Like I don't know who the producer is, but what I tasted was that material that was just like divine. It's a great material, even though it's not yet beautiful in my mouth, but I can see how this tea would do with proper process. I don't know if it's would be like the best like a good for pu'er making, or it's ideal for making black tea. I don't know that yet, but just the raw material was so good, and it's those things that kind of not say lacking in China, because that tea has been really just consumed widely in China, and lots of good teas, they don't even have the material level is declining because more people are getting into those kind of high-end teas. It's just really exciting to see that there are such things still out there. There are potentials for the teas, because in the end, I think the great materials is what makes a tea truly pinnacle.
Sure,
level.
it's the starting point, right?
Yeah, so
right on.
Sorry, you wanted to.
Nice, good one.
And I think that also like reminds me what I learned, or my best whole experience with tea is I expanded it more to the rest of the world, the tea world, right? Trying more teas from India, trying more teas from Nepal, and you know, like those are really, even though my passion is still in Chinese tea, but it's always good to see what's going on in the world, what are the innovations, what are they doing, and when I taste those teas, I could say, okay, these, I can still use what I know from the Chinese tea knowledge, like,
yeah, absolutely.
What are the elements are from the process, majorly what are the elements that are unique to this terroir, to this cultivar or varietal. It's just really great to know that something in the tea world, some knowledge, some techniques that are like universal. It's not just Chinese tea, only this applies to Chinese tea. No, tea is a tea, right?
Right on. All right, so part 2, we're going to be enjoying rock tea called Ming 2000.
Right.
For the second part, when we talk about awesome stuff coming up in 2018. I picked this tea for the second part because it's a real kind of a sleeper or an unknown. I feel like it's not very well understood in the West. And I haven't tried it personally for a long time as well, so I wanted to crack it out and refresh my taste buds on it.
Yeah, it's a kind of a new cultivar, less famous and a really small quantity. So for a lot of people, it's like, what is this tea? It's a rock tea.
Yeah.
And 2000 doesn't mean it's from year 2000. Ming 2000 is his name. It's the cultivar that was.
Bit of an experimental cultivar, right? So I feel like if it was called Da Hong Pao, it would fly off the shelves.
Yeah.
It's a really great rock tea, so it does have a really great rock tea price point. And it's something new, so here we go. We're going to try that out while we talk about what's coming up in 2018.
Yes.
Starts now.
I think we're definitely gonna keep doing the festivals.
Oh, yeah.
I love talking to people, meet more people who are really into tasting great teas. It's definitely a great experience for us.
That's you guys.
Exactly. And we have what's the latest?
So Toronto's coming up.
Right.
The next one is going to be Toronto Tea Festival. Just I tell everybody who I can about the Toronto Tea Festival. This is really a world-class tea festival. I'm telling you, the guys.
A festival that is really focused on tea.
That's right.
And it's a great.
It's not a coffee and tea. It's a tea festival, and you've got all kinds of tea vendors there. All kinds of tea lovers come out. It's just a really great scene. Entertainment, tasting booths, they've got everything. It's a great festival.
We really enjoy that festival.
Super fun. Just wish it was warmer in Toronto in January or February this year.
Hopefully, huh?
Yeah, it won't be.
I don't know. The whole year has been really cold for us up here.
Yeah. And then we'll continue on our festival circuit for the rest of 2018. The rest of it's a bit far out in the future, so it's hard to say what's going to happen, what's not. But stay tuned. We will keep you posted, as always, to all the various festivals we'll be going to. We love meeting you guys. Like Jen said, it's our chance to really do what tea is all about, which is sip tea with people. And that is one of the reasons we love doing festivals.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we've got lots of website improvements planned.
Yes. A lot of stuff we want to improve for the website experience, shopping experience, knowing more about the tea. People love to know the background, where it's from, and easier searching on the website. And
just the overall customer experience on the website. So we'd love to hear your feedback. You guys are on it, hopefully, from time to time. Let us know what you'd like to see. A couple of things we're going to go ahead and say some things that we're actually going to do at the
end of the year. We can check the video and see how many of them actually got implemented.
Yeah, I'm super nervous about that. At any rate, one of the big ones we're thinking about is a reward program. So where if you buy some tea, you get some reward points, and how that would work. So if you think that's a cool idea, give us a thumbs up or give us a comment.
Or tell us
what else,
what you want us to do for the website, or what you think, we need to improve. What are the, we're open to all kinds of suggestions.
You bet, yeah. Any other big ones for the website coming up? Rewards is a big one.
I really wanted the samples. We have been giving samples for people who purchase either tea or tea accessories, but ideally I want that to be something like the customer can choose what they want.
Choosable samples would be really cool. Right now we just guess. We're like, oh, you ordered this, you should try out that. I hope you like it.
Right. And
choosable samples would be a good one. Again, it's really customer account control, stuff like that.
That's your domain.
That's my domain, so I'm really nervous to go ahead and tell you what's going to happen, but end of 2018 I'll watch this video and hopefully I'll have exceeded expectations.
Yeah. But I think the most exciting thing for 2018, and it has been
definitely
planned for the past month, especially in December, we have been going through maps and what are the stuff we want to do is the tea trip we're going to have.
Tea trip 2018. For me personally, my first tea trip.
That's right.
Super excited.
Yeah. But you only have like 15 days there. It wouldn't be like a giant all around China kind of thing.
That's right. 15 days, we're going to do what we can. I think Yunnan is the plan for my
mostly
time.
Stay Yunnan, but almost across the whole Yunnan area. And yeah, you're basically landing in Beijing, fly off to Yunnan, and come back and have like
the only reason I'm in Beijing is to land and take off. It's just we're on the road the whole time, traveling.
Yeah. And after, I think for me, I'm gonna have a longer trip. My returning ticket is in like late May, the 23rd, I think.
I think we should tell them we're leaving late March, so that gives them the scope. Right.
So after 15 days with him and my mom in Yunnan province, my mom and I will head to the Tibet through the tea horse trip from Sichuan, Yunnan area, going all the way to Tibet.
Maybe next time.
Back, right? And loop back to Sichuan. So basically 2 different routes of the tea horse road, and maybe go along the Yangtze River to the east coast and go back to my hometown. I have to visit my hometown for sure. So yeah, I really feel like it would be a full trip, full on the road. It wouldn't be like my old visit home trip that I just stay in Beijing or stay in Jiangsu, Nantong for a while. So we gotta exercise. We gotta exercise and make sure we're healthy for the whole trip.
Yeah, some of it's going to be, even in Yunnan, I think some of it's going to be at a pretty high altitude. So we got to get ourselves fit. Definitely when you go into Tibet, you're going to be up there. So we'll be fit, we'll be hiking. I hope I get to process some tea. That looked like a lot of fun, and taste the tea in the different steps. I don't know how that will work in Yunnan, if that's possible, but
no, it's still fun.
It's a really great learning experience. So that is going to be...
I miss their local food even, so I'm really excited.
Of course, the food should be good. The food should be really good. So that is our really... So stay tuned. We'll have lots of information coming out about the tea trip. Of course.
And ideally, we want to do a video before we head out to give you guys a little bit more solid when we're where and what's the exact
mini itinerary or whatever. We did something similar in 2016 with the key areas highlighted. So we'll hope to do something similar for this one. And so stay tuned for that. We're super excited.
Still working on that.
Yeah,
things are coming together.
So this tea was really amazing. We've covered what we're looking forward to in 2018. Of course, there's the unknown, which will be, as it unfolds in front of us, will be awesome. But I haven't had this in a while.
It's quite interesting. When we were having the first tea Kimen, and we're just talking the whole time, and didn't have time to even talk about the tea. And I noticed I was just keep pouring more for myself and just keep drinking. It's kind of a tea that I feel like it's not standing out that super tea that I've gotta pause and everything, but it's a delicious tea that I just crave.
Yeah, it's like a quintessential sit down around the table and chat with friends tea and be social. That Kimen was really that kind of tea. It just is comfortable, tastes great, doesn't pop your eyes out, doesn't make you stop and talk about the tea, but it adds to your experience with whoever you're talking to.
Right.
Yeah. This one is much more in the sort of a little bit more mind-blowing range. All right, so that wraps up our quick look at some of the highlights of 2017, some really fun stuff coming up in 2018.
Right.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. We put a few links down below in the description that just might be useful, kind of related to the stuff we talked about here. Check that out for sure. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe,
like, and share.
Yeah, and we are looking forward to an awesome 2018 with all of you, so stay tuned and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.